Welcome back, everyone, to Pinetopia. Last time we went along the eastern direction along the coast. Now let's check the western direction and see if there's anything better down here. In the eastern direction, we didn't find too many spectacular things. We did find a treasure chest, which is useful in there, and there's the wonderful lava area that we saw earlier, but we want to see what's beyond that. And if we do find any more sunken ships and the like, let's just hope that we don't have any of those nasty drowned coming after us from there. Now, let's see, what do we have? Ooh, mostly all this spruce stuff, which is, of course, what we were expecting. Spruce and mountains, spruce and mountains. That seems to be pretty much the theme out in that direction. And if that's what it's going to stay as, then there's probably not much that we'll be doing. But it looks like this is a spruce-filled world. That's like, actually, is this? Yeah, more spruce. It appears that we have another ship up ahead, if I'm seeing things right. Hmm. Yep, it's definitely a ship. Different types of woods on the mast, it looks like. That's rather... Uh, uh, yeah, stay away from that. I don't want to lose everything. Nope, this is a rather mixed ship. All right. Let's head down. Ooh, potatoes, stew, and oxygen running low. All sorts of things like that. Now, let's see, what do we have? Oh, more carrots. That's good. Thorns. No, actually, well, curse of binding on my pants is probably not a good idea, especially when it's a poor set like that. So most likely, I'm just going to burn that, or actually leave that in a chest or anything like that. Yeah. All right, that's one of them. Now, let's see. This looks like the prow. So, right, or am I getting my ships backwards? Oh, look, company. Yeah, lots of company. All right, well. Oh, you got one of these? Oh, wait a moment. What all is that? Ooh, that could be some nice stuff there. It's more interesting than the ship. But I need to go up and down, up and down, up and down. Actually, this seems to be mainly stone brick invariants. Well, it would have been nice if there were a few bits of prismarine here so I could do something. So that I could do something. Okay, well, there's the lava item. Let's see, because if there's any prismarine, I can use that as... Oh, no wonder I need to unload a few things. This world really likes ships that are sticking out of the water slightly, because here's another one that I found. Or actually, I've gone full circle then, because that's a ship that I handled earlier. So that means that I have managed to meet up to where I went last time. So that means it's not that huge of a lake this time, as opposed to some I've seen before where they were impossibly large. So I guess that just means that I need to just head back to base and see what to do next. I'm hearing strange sounds around here. Are there pillagers out here? Sounds like there are pillagers out. Yeah, I am being pillaged. Well then, I think it's time for us to deal with them, with those miscreants. Well, I have to find some way of getting around them. That's yes. Really? He fell for that one. No, I suggest you not be around here, so to speak. That's two of them down. I mean, really. Ooh, I'm gonna need some milk after this one, I'm sure. Yeah. All right. Only three of them? Or is there a fourth one sneaking around here somewhere? I gotta do this without hitting any bees. Hmm. Well, let's see. At least that gave me my first trophy. There you go. Now, I have two problems. One of them is that we have this nice open area that says adventurers. We have a mighty dungeon down in this direction. Just follow the white line, which is probably not a good idea. And the second thing is we don't have a place in which to put our items. We just have a couple of chests up there, but we have no real storage room. So I think the best thing to do is to put those two little problems together into one solution. I am going to create right here a storage area. So I'll create a storage room right over here. And over here then, I'm going to get rid of the diorite here so that it looks like that the diorite is leading to the storage area. And that's all you're going to find. You come down here, you come here, you find the storage area. If you're a venture, you might say, oh, loot, take the loot and go away and all that stuff. And meanwhile, there will be a secret entrance that will lead, of course, down into the dungeon so that the adventurers don't find that. Yeah, and I know adventurers, they don't leave any stones unturned. I guess at least the casual adventurer might miss it, but of course the real ones, I suppose, are going to find it anyway, but there's nothing to do about that. I'm just going to have to open up an area here to create our little storage area. So that means we're going to start to dig this out. Probably need a little height here also. And that way I can have a nice organized system on where to keep everything. Because right now it's just haphazard and upstairs. Maybe I should just keep upstairs what I need and not a year's supply of cobble or anything like that. In the end, I'm only able to go up by 4. After that, I have a layer of dirt. And after that, we've got air because that's the ground level. So I do have limitations on what I can do there. Now, I was thinking of putting chests here originally, and in fact, that's the main reason I went through the trouble of putting stairs all the way around here in this little bit like this, so that I could have a third level of chests there, but unfortunately, that's not really going to work because the chests will just look ugly. So I decided to try barrels instead. So I am just going to put barrels here. I don't know how much I'm going to do with the barrels. I guess for now, How about doing it in there? 1, 2, 3 space, 1, 2, 3 space, 1, 2, 3, and then one like that. Yeah, that's it. I'll do it in threes. 3, and then 1, 2, 3. All right, good. And then I could put 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess I could just do 5 on the sides like this. And that's what I could do there. And then I could see afterwards what I could do back here, but just probably another layer there. But I will need many, many more barrels before I'm done here. And this is what we have. For the moment, I think we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on this wall instead of the 5 I was thinking of before. And that way I would have a section for each of the woods. So therefore, I'll have one for acacia if I ever find any, some birch, some dark oak, some oak, spruce, and jungle. Yeah. So for each of the 6 types of wood I'll have in there. So I'll have the logs in here. I could put planks and derivatives from here and well, I'll figure out what to do on that. But that's what I'll do there. So this would be for wood. This would be for other vegetable matter. This could be for mob drops, I guess. And this can be for various types of stone because I'm sure I'll have a huge number of things for stone. I could probably just take up this entire column just for cobble and then the next one for cobble derivatives. As such, we'll start here by putting some saplings. So the saplings, we could just have logs, and saplings could be what we have for this particular row. And then, as I said, this could be planks and derivatives such as stairs and the like. And I'll have to figure out what to do with that. Things like fences and stuff like that, I guess, final products relating to that type. That's tentative, of course, because I'm sure I've changed everything about 5 times by the time it's done. I suppose I'll be needing signs in order to handle all this. It's either that or get a bunch of what are those things? Oh my goodness gracious. Item frames, yes, right. Let's get a bunch of item frames on there, but that'll be rather expensive on resources. So I'll probably just have on the lowest level, I could have signs. And I could just say cobble here, then maybe cobble derivatives there, and then put each of the items that I want there. I need to decide what to make those signs out of. Most likely oak, because that should be an easy enough wood to get. I've been using birch to make all of my barrels in here. So I've been using birch like crazy, but the oak has been having a safe, quiet time so far. I think it's time to give them a lifestyle change. Nah, I'm not even going to bother harvesting that one. It's big and it's large and it's picturesque, and it'll be a real pain to harvest it all. So, all the simple oak ones will be harvested. I suppose I could also use spruce instead, and I could just create some giant spruce trees in order to harvest those. But I just need a few signs here. I'll worry about the spruce later on. I'm sure I'll come up with something that I could do with those. There you go. So I have 3 wood types that are right in this area, and I know that we have that dark oak forest I saw during my exploration, so that could be a 4th wood type. But where I am going to find the acacia and where I'm going to find jungle, I don't know. Might be a while before I find either of those. I suspect, though, if I ever do find a savanna or jungle, I'm going to very quickly transport saplings over to here so that I can grow them properly without having to worry. No saplings! So I won't have to worry about having to go back there constantly. And with a little bit of luck, also find some bamboo there. But I have a feeling that's going to be a little while before that happens. And that my entire inventory of jungle stuff is what I found on that ship. And I might be able to go back to that ship at some point and get a little bit more because I know there were a few things relating to jungle in there. That's a really weird ship. Now let's see what I can put here. Right, okay, good. We'll just say acacia. I'll just have a regular pattern in there so I won't have to worry about anything. So that would be birch, of course. Acacia, birch, and then, of course, so on as we have each of our wood types here, and maybe someday we'll actually be able to fill that up. And that's when they'll come out with the next type of wood. So that'll probably be a while seeing how the biomes with new wood types were not selected. Let's see, dark oak, jungle, of course, and so I think this will do, and it's nice and black, easily readable, and that's what we want. I see the flaw of my plan. I don't think I can put a sign here, right? Yeah, I didn't think so. Yeah, we do have the thing with the corners that we have to worry about. Well, I suppose on this one we could. No, I think I need signs on all of those there because that was. I may have to rethink this. I decided to just consolidate this and go all the way here on the back, and that way these things won't collide with each other. Wish there were a better way to do that, but I guess not. Unless I recess the... How about recessing the barrels? Yeah. I mean, that's the nice thing about barrels is that you can recess them. Ah, more work. Since we are recessing them, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to having 3 there. Then we'll do the same thing over here. We have this against here. Then 1, 2, 3. Then that. So we can have 1, 2, 3 here, space, 1, 2, 3 here, space, 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's slightly different than what I had before, but that should work. Now the question is, can I see the back wall when I do this? Because if I put the barrels there and they take up the entire area, then yeah, actually that looks really nice. Good. I like it. And that means I could put the torches here like that. I'm going to do it on the sides too. That does get rid of the original plan to have 6 across there. I think it'll look a lot better if I do it with 5 instead of 6. What I can do is I could combine acacia and jungle together since those are going to be the rarer 2 types of woods. And then the more common ones, the ones I have in my local area, I could have their own separate areas. That actually makes some sort of sense. As I put this there, I'm wondering why in the world was I worried about the possibility of them adding new types of woods because that would require a major update, and a major update would mean a new world. So it sort of doesn't matter for the storage system what they do on that score. There you go. Oak signs. I guess any extra oak signs I could put up here, I could put up there, right? Because that's what that's there for. So there, of course, that's for the trees. There, that would be for the minerals and stuff like that. I'll probably have one for flowers, one for wool and stuff like that. And one for food. I'll just have to come up with all sorts of things to do that, but it'll be a lot more than what I have upstairs, however I arrange it. But that is my Rev 1 storage system. I'll probably have to come up with some better lights to have around here, but this will do for the moment, at least as soon as it gets us up here. But I think this will also do for the episode. Between episodes, I'll see if I can pretty this thing up a little bit. Maybe put some various workbenches in here. I could make this a good crafting area by putting all those crafting benches and stone cutters and all that fun stuff in there, so that'll be a nice useful place to be, and a little workshop in there. As I said, part of it is to give the adventurers the idea that this is, of course, the main purpose of here, is to be a storage area. They could maybe steal the stuff from it, and if we're lucky, they won't notice that there is a secret passage that's going to lead them to the main dungeon or whatever. The only way I could think of putting in a secret passage in here is going to involve pistons, probably activated by a redstone torch. That's the only way I could think of at the moment. Is you put the redstone torch instead of a regular torch there, then it'll open up our little area in there. That's for me to think of. Maybe that's something we could do for the next episode, is seeing if we could come up with a decent door here that is not obvious to the average dungeon adventurer. But that's it for today's episode, and return next time. How about either making this door here, or perhaps we could head over to the village and start looking into the temple that I wish to build over there. We'll have to decide which one of those is for the next episode of Piney Plays Minecraft Pinetopia.